What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to talk about AMC, GME, as well as the overall broader market. And after that, we're going to check the options flow for all three of them. So today, AMC was up for 1.24% for the day. It had a high of $15.32. The average volume on AMC is around 40.84 million, but today's volume was around 48.92 million, which is slight bit lower than yesterday's volume. But we were expecting some sort of a sentiment coming towards AMC this morning because we have been getting a lot of news over the Twitter from Adam Aaron. He's going to announce something special after the Q2 earnings, which is going to happen in the first week of August. Now, as we know, we were down quite a bit substantially in the aftermarket yesterday, but that thing got picked up pretty well by the retail today. And we are in a green even in the aftermarket. We might experience some sort of upward momentum coming into AMC, but the option flow is completely the opposite. A lot of individuals are betting to the downside for the AMC. Now let's come over to the GameStop. Now GameStop was down for 4.87% for the day. Surprisingly, this is the amount that it was down in the aftermarket yesterday, and it stayed pretty well to that point. And it had a high of $132.67. The average volume on GameStop is around 3.34 million, but today's volume was around 3.30 million. The volume is pretty much close to the average volume. Investors are still showing their interest in buying GameStop, but it didn't do much according to what we were expecting yesterday. Now we just have to wait and see how this is going to play out. Now let's come over to the SPY. Now the SPY was down for 0.8% for the day. It had a high of $390.64. SPY tried to break out to the upside, but then immediately it was pushed towards the downside. Now the main reason behind having a red day today, it was the news that came out yesterday that in Japan, the ex-prime minister Abe was shot down. We sent the Japanese market into the downtrend, and it gave us some sort of impact onto the SPY as well. Now I still personally believe that we have some sort of a upper momentum left in the SPY. There is no indication coming out of the chart of the SPY that which side the SPY is going to go from here onwards, but by checking the options flow, definitely there is a clear cut indication coming towards the upside for the SPY. And even the VIX, it crashed today again, back to back 2 days in a row. It was down for 5.52% for the day. It had a high of $26.41. Now, the kind of volatility that we are experiencing VIX, it indicate that we are calling up for a pretty big, massive move. All the big institutional money is betting to the upside for the VIX. They are buying these out of the money call options, which is $50, $60, $70, even $80 call options. And they are betting we're going to have some sort of a huge move in the market towards the downside. Now let's come over to the options flow for the AMC. Now I've increased the premium to max and see what exactly the whales are doing. Now these whales were all buying put options, and these $50 put option that's going to expire in 69 days were extremely suspicious, and they are all betting that the AMC is going to keep going down from here onwards. Now betting on stocks like this is completely risky because you never know, one news can come out and send AMC to the moon. Now we know what happened with DVAC in the aftermarket. It's almost up 30% in the aftermarket when the Twitter deal was cancelled by Elon Musk. He's not going to buy Twitter. Now a lot of individuals were buying put options on DVAC, and the kind of price action that we saw in the aftermarket, all those put options are going to get to waste. A lot of people are going to lose a huge amount of money in DVAC. They were betting that the DVAC is going to keep going down, but now when the news came out, Elon Musk has backed off from buying Twitter. It sent this stock to the moon. That's why buying any put option on these stocks, and especially these individuals, are betting a huge amount of money towards the downside for the AMC. Now, when I bring down the premium a little bit and see what exactly the mini whales are doing, now majority of them are buying put options, but there are still a lot of call buying that is happening on AMC, and the kind of price action that we have been seeing for last 2 days, it seems to be a little bit promising towards the upside. Now let's come over to the GameStop. Now I've increased the premium to max and see what exactly the whales are doing. Now majority of the whales are still buying call option. They are buying this $170 call option that's going to expire in 69 days, and they are betting a huge amount of money towards the upside for the GameStop. Now when I bring down the premium a little bit and see what exactly the mini whale and the retail are doing, majority of them are still onto the upside, and they are betting that the GameStop will keep going up from here onwards. The rest, there was nothing majorly suspicious coming out of the options flow for the GameStop. Now let's come over to the SPY. Now have increased the premium to max and see what exactly the whales are doing. Now this whale that came in is buying 7,500 contract, and he's paying $10.4 million for it, and he's buying $360 put option that's going to expire in 160 days, and he's betting to the downside for this SPY. Now I have bring down the premium a little bit and see what exactly the mini whale and the mini retail is doing. Majority of them are onto the upside. Now as we can see over here in the put to call ratio chart, 62% is still onto the upside and 38% is onto the downside. So I personally believe we might go to the upside maybe $400, at least fill the gaps that we have in the SPY. Now, when we look at the put to call ratio, today the put side was pretty heavy as compared to the call side. Now the premium are still a little bit heavier onto the put side as compared to the call side, though the call buying was pretty heavy on the SPY today. Now we just have to wait and see how this is going to play out. Now when we have a look at the chart of the VIX, now today what happened in VIX, it had a pretty solid sell-off towards the downside. Now we have a resistance over here around $23.76. If it breaks down a little bit further, then we are definitely going down a little bit on the VIX, and then the overall broader market is going to shoot up. Now the kind of price action that we saw in the VIX, the market didn't respond pretty well to it, but I personally believe we are definitely calling up for a very big move to the upside on the VIX. Now we just have to wait and see how this is going to play out. Hope so you like my video. Please like and subscribe my channel. I'm going to see you in the next one. Cheers.